Well, good afternoon. I'm Sandy Mayor Stan Pulliam, and a Republican candidate to be Oregon's next governor. Today I'm joined by parents and children alike right here outside of the Oregon Department of Education to talk about how the woke agenda has progressed even further into our schools under Governor Kate Brown and Tina Kotek's leadership. State bureaucrats are quietly putting on workshops for Oregon leaders on topics like porn literacy through the My Future, My Choice program. However, none of these workshops appear on the actual curriculum website. One of these topics of pornography was recently taught by Justine Ng Fonte, an ex-New York teacher who taught 6-year-old children about self-pleasure. And now, she's actually teaching our Oregon teachers how to talk to our children about these sensitive topics. Parents are left with a question. If the woke agenda is the right thing for our kids, then why are we being left in the dark about it? Could it be that this agenda is being quietly implemented because bureaucrats know that it isn't right? Now, as we discussed last night on the Republican televised debate, what's happening is that comprehensive sex education is becoming gender identity curriculum so that they can sidestep the notification of parents required by Oregon law. So parents no longer have the ability to opt their children out of the sex education. This is a complete disgrace. We need parents to be empowered, not government bureaucrats. As your next governor, I'll make sure that Oregon students are being taught reading, writing, and math, not porn literacy. We will reestablish trust with parents by requiring transparency in what is being taught in our schools and where the curriculum is coming from, and require parents to have the ability to opt in to this curriculum and this kind of teaching. And whoever hired this woke pervert to lead our teachers will be fired on day one. Now, I'd like to close out with a message to Republican voters. This week you have your ballots in the mailbox. Many of you may have watched a televised debate for our Republican top candidates last night. They asked questions like the issues that we're addressing here this afternoon. It provides those candidates an opportunity to answer them. In all reality, though, you and I both know that I don't need to be asked these questions. We're on the ground every day fighting the fight, fighting to make sure that the extreme woke left teachers and government teacher unions are not allowed to indoctrinate your and mine's children education. Here's the question we need to ask ourselves. If we really believe this state is so far off on track, like I believe, after 40 years of one party in control, who is the fighter that we need to stand up to take the fight to Betsy Johnson and Tina Kotek in the fall to make sure we can get our conservative values back in place and get Oregon back on track? Now, here's the deal. We have a lot of good conservative candidates in this race. But too often in the past, Republican voters have had to ask themselves, do we want to stand with and vote for the conservative candidate that shares our conservative core values and beliefs? Or are we going to have to vote for the watered-down, milquetoast establishment candidate that's able to garner the financial support and the campaign infrastructure to win? We've built a campaign to not force you to ask that question. We are a strong grassroots campaign with strong conservative values and backbone, who's also built the organization, the financial support, and the kind of organization that we need to not just be successful in May, but also in November. We need conservative activists across this state to coalesce behind our candidacy, because we're going to win this thing in May, and you better believe we're going to win in November. Don't stop believing, I know Mackenzie and I never will. Thank you.